Okay, here we go. From Bays.ic Design, what is industrial designer salary? And that is a huge question that I want to answer in 4 minutes on this chat. Look, it's a greatly debated topic. It's quite a taboo topic to be talking about design salaries, especially in a public forum like this. Not many people do that. Not many people feel comfortable doing that. I don't really feel comfortable doing that. But what I can do is what I do believe in is transparency in pay. I definitely believe that should be the case. And what I want to point you towards is some tools to allow you to determine what you should be paid yourself. Because I can tell you my salary, it's not going to help so much because my set of circumstances is very different to maybe yours. And it depends on cities, it depends on years of experience, it depends on where you live, can you do remote work? It depends on, it depends on a lot of things. But there are tools out there that you can type in your details, type in your years of experience and where you want to work, which city you want to work in, which country you want to work in. And it will allow you to figure out what the rest of the market is. And the first tool I want to talk about is LinkedIn Salaries. I think it's called LinkedIn Salaries, or it's on LinkedIn Jobs. It's a tool on LinkedIn. And it's exactly that. You type in how long you've been working, how much experience you have, where you want to work. And it gives you user-submitted salaries that they have entered and sort of match your criteria. Now, what I want to point out at that stage is the people that are entering these salaries into, their own personal salaries into these tools, I would imagine that they are on higher salaries than average, like higher than average salaries. It makes sense. If they know that they're on a high salary, they might want to show off on LinkedIn and it's all anonymous anyway, but they might feel more confident and comfortable to enter in their salary into the system. So if you get back a figure that's slightly higher than you expected, number one, great. If you feel that then you can earn a higher wage, that's great. But also just take it with a pinch of salt, because you have to kind of imagine who's the type of person that's entering their salary. So LinkedIn salary, LinkedIn jobs is one way to find out. Another way to find out that's very UK based, very UK centric, is from the team at We Speak Design Truth. So the Design Truth Instagram page and podcast, they had a survey that they sent around a whole load of UK consultancies, in-house teams, companies, and they put together a 2021 up-to-date UK-centric salary. Actually, and also Australia is in the PDF. You can go to their you can go and find the PDF, download it at We Speak Design Truth on Instagram. So I hope they don't mind me sharing some figures, but you can go and check out all the details yourself if you are from the UK. But essentially, straight out of uni, and this is for across the UK. Don't forget that London is more expensive. Cambridge is more expensive than other places. But you're going to start to look at about £20,000, £20,000 to £23,000 for the more expensive places like London, Cambridge, places like that. That's straight out of uni, and that can go up to 23,000, 23 to 26. I think I remember it saying. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. But then obviously, as you go through and get more and more experience, that should increase year on year, not only to rise with inflation, which should, if you're not getting pay increases for inflation, then you are losing out. Then you are the next year you are minus money, even if your wage stays the same. So you should always get increases for inflation. But then on top of that, you've also had a year of experience, and you should expect to be paid for that higher experience as well. For me, the figure that the Design Truth PDF tells me that I should be on, based on what other answers are, living in London is around £30,000. And without saying too much now, I'm not on £30,000. I haven't reached that. So I believe, slightly underpaid for my job. I think that's as far as I'm willing to personally say in this format about my own wage, but I'm more than happy to talk to people on a one-to-one basis if they are interested. And I think in a more controlled environment, if I can film a video and edit it, and where it's not live, maybe I can talk more about that, particularly in the future as well. But I haven't reached 30,000 yet living in London. And based on the PDF, that's what a lot of other people are on with my years of experience, 4 to 5 years of experience. So that, you have to take with that what you will. So I think the answer is it really depends on where you live, how many years of experience you have, and what city you want to live in to go and do the work. It's a huge question that, and the fact that remote working opens up a whole can of worms right now, because traditionally, like salaries in London and other expensive cities like Paris, New York, other expensive cities, Silicon Valley as well. Traditionally, the salaries there are a lot higher because the cost of living is a lot higher. Now, what is to say what is going to happen if I apply to a company in Silicon Valley and I say, I want to do remote work and I'm going to live in rural Shropshire in the UK, where house prices are a lot lower, or any country where living costs are a lot lower. What does the company then decide to pay that person? Because they're providing the company the same value as someone who's living in Silicon Valley. So is the company providing payment for the value in return, or are they paying money for the cost of living of that individual? And is it then proportional to where they live? There's a whole can of worms to be opened up there. And I think that I think that's gonna, completely change the way that the payment is made now. I'm just seeing people in the chat comment about industrial designers starting at 20,000 in London. That's what the PDF said, and that's my experience as well. When I first came out of university, I think my first salary was 21,000. Yeah, by that point you have to flat share, you have to scrape, and you have to scrape and save wherever you can. Look, it's almost a privilege to be creative and to get paid for our creative work, and I think designers fall into a trap of thinking that money doesn't matter, and going, I want to be creative, I don't care about money, I just want to enjoy doing my job. And I thought that up until probably this year, and now I'm thinking, okay, actually money's could probably be pretty useful, actually, now that I think about it, now that I'm here. So, look, it's not too late. Anyway, I hope that answered your question about salary in a roundabout way. And the answer is, it depends. So, thank you very much for your question. It's a huge topic. Let me know in the chat if you want me to go more into that in a future video where I can curate exactly what I say a little bit more eloquently rather than being on a live chat. Thank you so much for all of your questions. I really enjoyed that live stream, and I will be posting all of the other individual questions to my YouTube channel as well. So don't forget to let me know down in the comments if you learned anything, because I love to read about it. And don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell button and everything else YouTube asks you to do. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.